Welcome back to Talk of the Town. This is 11:59, and today we're going to be talking about something that's slightly worrying.
Yeah,
slightly stressful, man. So
yeah, I mean, today I had to hide my way, see if anyone's following me.
Yeah,
and check the weather.
Of course.
But also check if there's people around. You know, on my route.
Yeah.
Turns out there was no one.
Okay.
So false alarm so far.
Yeah.
But it's a bit hot for the brown men.
Yeah,
right
bro.
now.
As you can see, I'm dressed accordingly. So I dressed like this because I knew people would be watching me.
Yeah.
So I was ready for a fight. That's a joke.
Ready for the scrap.
Yeah, man. Ready
you
for
do
a
look
scrap.
like you're ready for the
Yeah,
scrap,
bro.
right?
Yeah. Especially with the backpack on.
Yeah,
and it's got
yeah.
bare straps on it. So
Yeah.
I was So for those of you who don't know, but I'm sure you've heard, there have been some mass rioting across the UK.
Facts.
And this is after three girls were murdered by a 17-year-old. I think it was like Southport or something.
Yeah, correct.
Taylor Swift dancing lesson.
Yeah, correct.
More on Taylor Swift on our other episodes.
Yeah.
But and then so people obviously thought the guy who was a 17-year-old was a Muslim. And they assumed that straight away, and then they just thought, you know what, let's go attack a mosque.
Yeah.
After they attacked the mosque, they thought, you know what, let me just take this as an opportunity to loot the place, loot places. And now, bro, it's just around the world, around the UK.
Cross country.
Cross country, yeah.
It's a bit silly. So what's happening is people are just breaking into stores. For those of you guys that are not in the UK, I remember when I first heard of rioting and looting, I think it happened,
13?
13, 14?
Yeah.
No, not 14, 13.
13,
maybe,
yeah,
or 12. It happened before. Was it for a similar reason?
No, so that was Mark Duggan got shot in Tottenham by the police.
Okay.
And then after that, so he's a black man.
Yeah.
And he got shot by the police, shot and killed. And then after that, all hell broke loose, man. That was
a crazy world. I remember that. I was midway through a haircut, and the guy was like, "Oh, I think the riots are coming through here."
You were like, "Yeah, okay, shut up. I finished my trip."
I didn't want to be 50% loaded. So I remember those days, and I mean, like, to be honest, the first time I heard about rioting here, I felt like, okay, it can't be that bad as it was in the past. Turns out it's just as bad.
Yeah, bro. It's
the seriousness is quite livid, and so like you probably heard about it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So was it Wednesday actually? So Wednesday last week for you guys. They said they will the rioting, looting will take place in our local town.
Yeah.
So basically, I wasn't ready. I genuinely thought, okay, you know, is it really that deep?
Yeah, I thought the same as well.
You thought the same, right?
Yeah.
And then so I was just like, is it really that deep? And I actually went to the town. And I realized, like, people are considering it to be that deep because there was no one in town.
Yeah, it was empty. Shops were closed.
Closed. There was no one in town. People from the offices because obviously there's a lot of offices around town there. A lot of people just left like early, so I could see like people leaving. There was plenty of car parks.
Yeah.
And man, like there was plenty of parking, and that's it. There's literally empty local town, which is hard to see on a Wednesday.
It's giving COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, on a Wednesday. It was like 4:30/5, and it was hard to see like how like empty everything looked.
Yeah.
And so I was a bit surprised. And then it made me realize one thing is, and one more thing that I was seeing is a lot of like police vans were just circling up.
Yeah.
And then like fire trucks is all like fireman trucks. They were just circling up as well. And I was like, okay, maybe it's deeper than I think. Maybe I should really go home right now, like everyone says. But you know what's deep is that they targeting minorities. So obviously they're targeting shops or looting them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they beat up minorities.
Yeah.
And I think it's a scary world, man. It's a scary time to be brown.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think like I was, big stepping out on Wednesday, last Wednesday. I knew it was coming. I got a lot of people. I forgot. Okay, so I saw this on the news or whatever, and I left it. And out of nowhere, one of my mates texted me saying, "Stay safe out there." So I was like, "Is that a threat?" Like I was like, I ain't spoken to this mate in a long time.
Yeah.
And he texted me saying, "Stay safe out there." And I was like, "What did I do, man?" And then I realized, I was like, do I actually need to strap up?
Let's settle this on the ring.
Yeah, facts, man. You know how it is. And then someone else sent it again. I was like, oh, damn. So it's actually deep. Because my head, I was like, if I come out, no one's is probably quite ignorant, but when I step out, I'm normally thinking, especially after I've seen the people who are rioting, I'm thinking, you ain't gonna do anything, man. Obviously, it's not 1v1, or 3v1. It's like hundreds v1, innit, or whatever. And then I was being a bit careful. And when I was driving, I did notice it was quite empty because the
super empty.
The Google Maps was green.
Oh yeah,
there was
all
no
the
red.
way.
Yeah, it was green. Fastest time. And on the way, I thought I saw a van which had the flag on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, like, is this really happening?
The flag, you mean the EDL flag?
The EDL flag, yeah.
So for the people, what it is in England, there is this, what do you call it? Organization?
Yeah.
And basically they stand by the acronym EDL, which stands for English Defence League.
Yep.
So which is basically, what is it? Far right?
Far right, yeah.
So far right organization, which basically is against, I don't know if they're against brown people, but that's not the motto. It's more, they're against immigration, basically.
Immigration.
Yeah, let's just say against immigration.
Yeah.
So you thought you saw a van with the flag.
Yeah, and I was like, I was a bit bugging. But
start to be GTA.
Yeah, bro. I held down R2.
Yeah.
I was like speeding. But did you have any interactions with anyone?
No. From
on that day.
No.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was I went to a shop because I needed to buy I can't remember what I needed to buy.
It's all right,
no, for real. I'm trying to remember what it was. Maybe
you're trying to buy your cereals.
No, cereals, let's say. So I go to get my cereal and I'll go into the shop, and then as I'm about to come out, obviously there's a door in it.
Yeah.
I saw a white male, okay, and a white male, yeah. And he looked like he could be a builder. I was about to open the door, and then bro, he just looked at me, gave me a weird look, and I was like, oh, sorry. He just completely ignored the fact that I said sorry, just stared at me. And then I was just thinking, damn, it's Wednesday out here, I better run.
Yeah.
And I just left, man. I was just like, damn, maybe I was just overthinking it.
Yeah.
But one of my friends, she was telling me, actually, that day she was in Central, in Holborn, I think, or St. Paul's, in a cafe. And it was pretty much empty, 2 seats, 2 tables occupied. And she was with her mate, and her mate was outside on the phone. And the bag was on the table. And this lady came in, and she was like, who's sitting there? I want to sit there. Bear in mind, the entire place is empty.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, my mate is sitting here. And she was on a meeting as well, She was like, oh, if you don't mind, I'm in a meeting, but my friend is sitting here. And then she was like, how long is your friend going to be? And then she was like, 5 hours. And then she was like, how long are you going to be? 5 hours. And then she was just like, oh. And then,
no way.
Yeah, bro. And this whole time she's in a meeting as well. Obviously beep that bit out, but as the swear words. But that happened. And I was just like,
so she basically said the C word.
Yeah. C word straight. And this.
So is your friend a brown?
She's Middle Eastern.
Brown woman.
Yeah. She's brown
Middle
woman.
Eastern woman. Yeah. And
the lady was white. Yeah.
White, as it.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Crazy. So I was like, okay, this is real.
Yeah.
Out in Central. And I think that's for me when I realized the issue is not with the people who you expect it from.
Yeah.
It's the people you don't expect it from.
Yeah,
you see people that it could be your next door neighbors. They've suppressed this feeling about you. Look at this chocolate man, getting put in 3 cars in his driveway.
Yeah.
Look at this chocolate man. Look at all these people putting 3 cars in their driveway. But I can't do anything. Because I don't have enough people backing me.
Yeah.
And now 30 years later, they're seeing Tommy Robinson and all that. Come on, EDL, get the immigrants out. And now they're finally, people are going to be behind me. And the neighbor you've been saying hello to, the one who, you give her sometimes some biscuits or something, she's the one at the front now standing outside with an AK, bro.
It's crazy.
I think that's the scary thing, is people that you don't know.
Yeah, for me it's scary because I assume that, because there's loads of people, I'm assuming thousands in these riots / lootings that take part, right? And I'm just thinking, everyone there's got a job.
Yeah.
So all their jobs, no one is just doing anything.
Yeah. Facts.
Everyone's on camera. Everyone's there got a job. fair enough. If you're a business owner, it is what it is. They can't do anything because you're your own HR, right?
Yeah.
But surely there's people there that work for big companies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, bro, and I'm surprised I didn't see in the news yet. Like this person from I don't know, PwC was seen in the riot. And
it's actually coming out as we speak right now. I saw something like people are finally being arrested.
Yeah.
Because they're using facial recognition.
Yeah. 100%.
And they're just taking pictures, this, that, and so yeah, a bit of justice, but at the same time, like it's true, innit? Like it could be anyone from all sorts of backgrounds, innit? It could be your own boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
facts. That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. But
it's a great time to be brown. But if I was to reverse the shoes, if you were in their shoes, how would you feel about this situation?
If I was in their shoes, as in like...
So if you were white, basically, European or American...
You know what, I want to say it as it is straight up, yeah. Everyone there who is rioting right now that I can see is... majority of them are not educated. They
strong allegations, but
it's a strong allegation. Yeah. But majority of them allegedly not educated, allegedly on benefits. And I think that is just those two things put together. Because you're uneducated, you can't bro. I've seen people try and interview them, and they can't say anything. They're like, they're stealing all our jobs, but I've also got a criminal record, so I gotta get a job. So. Bro, you're not going to get a job anyway. You're on benefits or whatnot. I'm not trying to ostracize or whatever. But yeah, man, I think that's what it is. So I don't think the people who are in a position where they're educated and, respected in their community are going to be at the forefront of these, because we already have them, bro. They're politicians. You know what I mean? So they're just doing it safely. Between four walls. So. Yeah, man.
Have you seen Nico's old video?
Which one?
So there's one that surfaced back, and he's basically when he interviews someone.
Oh yeah. And she just calls him the N-word straight up. That one. Yeah.
And then there's something where she goes like, so Nico's another YouTuber, and he interviews people in a crowd of this EDL protest that happened years back. So I'm thinking it's probably over 5 years ago, but this video is surfacing again because it's the same topic basically. And what happened is that he basically interviews this lady, and he goes just like, "Oh, what's wrong with people and everything?" And she goes like, "Oh yeah, they steal our jobs and everything." And she was missing her teeth. And he goes just like, "Oh, they stole your teeth as well." And she was just like, "They stole those as well."
I've seen that.
That for me funny, is one of the funniest YouTube moments ever. And it's surfacing back now on TikTok and everything.
Right.
So it's just quite funny. But I think for me the interesting point is. As much as we want to say, nah, it's wrong and everything, I think we're a bit biased because we're brown, right? But I do think that our white allies are not saying much about the matter.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot more people that should be concerned are just kind of batting eyes at it.
The silence is worrying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're silent, when you are meant to say something, it speaks louder than your words, than you not speaking. Do you know what I mean? So,
for me to tell you that, they're wrong for doing it, it's just obvious. I'm brown, for example, we spoke about this Algerian boxer. And then someone in the comments said, "Oh, you guys are Algerian." I don't know if you see that. They just assume, right? So it's the same thing. Because we're on that side, they just assume, this. But right now, if you were saying that to your white friend, and then your friend just says, "Yeah, you're right, I disagree," it speaks volumes compared to me saying it, because I'll be a bit more biased, innit? But that's not happening.
They're just staying silent.
So it's a bit wild, man. It's a bit of a wild world. But some videos that I've seen that are quite funny is the impact they would have if there was no more brown person in the UK.
Any immigrants, if they were not here, country's cooked, bro. It's done.
There's somewhere they go let me order my Uber Eat now. And there's no one coming.
No one who's coming, bro. Exactly. There's no one coming.
No.
When you've got no mobile network, none of the Indians are going to be answering. Okay, the off licenses and the petrol stations.
Facts.
The Tamils won't be there.
A lot of jobs that no one wants to do are done by people that fought to come here and fought for their rights to
and
work.
To make a life for themselves. You know what I mean? Make a living. So, man, this is crazy. If there was no immigrants or migrants, country's cooked. It's a long day, bro.
I do feel like one of their issues is it's everyone's issue, but they might make it, they might want to call it, this is our home, so we want it. It is hard to find a job, and it is hard to, find like a job that you like or whatever, but even like a normal job or find a place to live in, it's super hard. And especially if you live in London, you probably know this better than everyone else in the UK. It's super hard. So from that point, even it's just like, yeah, cool. Like you make the point of like, there's too many people, this and that.
Yeah.
But then would you actually take those jobs?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Would you actually be like a Uber driver or like a delivery
if you didn't
rider?
Have a if you had to, if it comes down to it. Yeah.
And I don't, the answer to that thing is a no.
No, no. Why would you do that when you can just get universal credit or be on benefits, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you still got free healthcare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You still got a roof over your head because you got council house, whatever. So they're gonna look after you in some way, shape, or form. You're better off doing nothing. Yeah. That's their mindset. So yeah, it's a bit mad.
Yeah. What are you saying about the people that are like that have a job and that are doing those protests?
I think that if you have a job, or like you mean any job, like they're just
any job, innit? Like they could be like office people, they could be, like truck drivers, anything.
I think you have there's freedom of expression, obviously, but like the way this country is, the law, everything, I believe that it will come back to bite you. Yeah. It's not the same as me doing it because I'll lose everything. Yeah. Yeah, because of whatever. But I think because of this woke situation that we're all in, people will, like, even your fellow white people will call you out and be like, like, Stacey stole my food last night, but I saw her in the riots this morning, so I'm gonna complain to HR. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen. Like, people are too woke, and there's too much, especially London is too multicultural. For people, they'd rather be a part of the culture than to go against it. Otherwise, you're cooked, bro. Like, you see these places where there was gonna be riots, and the people that turned up to protect those places. Why would you even think about going to Croydon? Yeah. Like, even I don't want to go Croydon. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go Croydon. Why would you go to Croydon with the sole purpose of being like, I'm going to attack these immigrants? Yeah. It's a long day, bro. Yeah. It's a long day.
I mean, strong images I've seen is people, I think it was in Middlesbrough, and they were standing in the middle of the road checking every car that comes into town.
Oh yeah, I saw that actually.
It was crazy.
That's scary. That's scary.
That's actually scary. Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm there thinking I'll just put my foot down, but no one was doing it. It's just like, you're still gonna catch a case or whatnot. But there's this one where like they open the door and they say they're gonna kill him.
Oh wow. Because me, the only thing I think of is kids.
Yeah.
I don't want the kids to see that, and like small kids, like small brown kids to see that and everything. Oh. And unfortunately, man, they're seeing some crazy shit on the news right now.
Mad.
Yeah. Did you get anything from work? Work told you to like?
Nah, they're just like, you know what?
They're not being white.
It's fine. They just like put a statement out. Saying,
they did.
Put a statement, which is good because majority of the board are obviously looking at your t-shirt right now. Audio listeners, his t-shirt is white.
As white as it could get.
So what about you? Was there a statement?
Yeah, there was a statement like that. We don't have to come into the office.
Okay,
in case we don't feel like it's safe to come in. And I was just like, yo, that's actually like crazy. Like, as in like, because I never thought it's that deep. As the week was progressing, felt like everyone felt like it was deeper than I thought it was. And those images, for me, the marketing image is the guy on like many guys on the junction, but there's one particular person like hooded up and just checking every car that comes in town. That is just crazy. And what do you base it on? What's not acceptable in your town?
Exactly. What if you just got a really mad tan? Do you know what I mean?
Bad, what if you're like, I don't know, mixed race? Or what if you've been adopted?
Why does he decide?
Why is he in charge?
Exactly.
So scary images, but man, it comes down to this, man. We're in a crazy world.
That's for sure, man.
And there's a lot of things going on, and there's more in the news as well. And hopefully things come down. But do you think it's going to come down?
It has to. We've just got a brand new, fresh white prime minister. Yeah, it's the timing. You can't make this up, bro. We had a brown prime minister. As soon as he's gone, we got riots like this. Yeah. I think if Rishi Sunak, might be controversial. If Rishi Sunak was a prime minister right now, these riots would be done, bro. Because it hits home, innit? It's like, yo, that's my people. Or whatnot. But
do you think? I felt like he was never fighting for the people, though.
Oh, 100%. No. Like, the only The only brown thing about him is the color of his skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Like, allegedly, yeah. So we got to say allegedly every single time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think timing of this, I think it's also summer holidays, isn't it? Let's not forget.
Yeah.
People are just bored. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't want to stay
day
home.
out.
Yeah, it's a day out for
Karen.
kids. Yeah. And like you get bored of you know, having to look after your kids at home. You're like, I need to take the stress out.
Yeah.
Let me go out and burn a couple of cars.
That's crazy.
See a couple of TVs.
Yeah. Have you seen that guy? I think it was, I'm not too sure. I could be mistaken where he's from, but basically he was a care home taker.
Okay.
And as in he takes care of like people at care homes. And they flipped and burned his car by the time he comes back from his shift.
Who?
Like
the old people.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Like, so people like protests
yeah.
happened to go through where his car was. Oh, mad. And they flipped his car and burned it. And then he was like on camera. He was just saying, "I just don't know why that happened to me. Like I'm just out here taking care of people." He's obviously of African descent, so it's pretty, you know, it hits home. Yeah. And he's just like, I'm literally taking care of old people.
He's probably taking care of their grandparents, bro.
That's the madness. Yeah, and then
mad.
Yeah, they flipped and burned his car. But apparently, there's a GoFundMe that's been set up for him. Apparently, it's already up to 22K.
Oh, so he's gonna come through with the new 24 plate E-Class.
He's gonna get X5 replacement. So he was saying how he couldn't even afford this car because he saved up so much for it, and it was a normal, typical car. But the whole point was that, you know, like, it's just like you work so hard, and you just come back to like ashes.
Yeah, man,
it's crazy, bro.
It's mad.
And then I mean, I don't know what to say about the GoFundMe, because I've heard a lot of scams. You know, people set up a GoFundMe and then they never goes to the actual person.
Yeah. No, I know that one. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's actually for him, but apparently he's
allegedly.
Allegedly, he's got a GoFundMe that's getting 22K. So hopefully he can get a car and a house.
Yeah, like, I hope my car's burnt outside right now.
So he can set up a GoFundMe. Don't be too arrogant. He was so nice about it. I felt like I was gonna give him money, and I don't even have any to give. I wanted to sell my car to give it to him.
One of your cars.
But yeah, crazy. But on this note, it's a crazy world to be brown, and it feels like we don't have a home for now.
It's a crazy world to be coloured.
Yeah. It's mad, and it's funny because also one more thing. I feel like I'm dragging it, but those same people that are on the streets, I bet they were supporting England and they were wished Bellingham scored in the final.
Oh, 100%, bro. I mean, I said this before previously, innit? But I know I've seen that as well. I saw someone put out a statement saying, "I'm glad England didn't win."
Yeah.
Because this just shows you, innit? Like, one, bro. Like, you can't pick and choose when you want to be racist. You either be racist with your chest or you pipe down and get on with your work, you know? So,
yeah, it's a bit nuts. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So, anything else you want to add?
I just want to say, stay safe out there.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, stay safe.
The streets have never been so unsafe. But
exactly.
They are at the moment.
Yeah. But some of y'all are already there because you belong to the streets. Yeah.
All right, man. So I see you guys next week. This was Talk of the Town. Make sure you check us out on Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram. And we're also coming out with a pod on Wednesday. And we've got big projects coming up. So make sure you tune in and subscribe, guys.